Analyzing the performance of the class and the performance of individual students. Hello and welcome teachers to the Next Learning Platform tutorials. The objective of today's module is to learn how to evaluate the overall progress of a class and track each student's performance in the class. Are you able to focus on the performance of all 30 to 35 students in the class and give personalized feedback and suggest remedial actions to each student? Probably not. It is very difficult to evaluate and analyze each and every student's performance. At the same time, to enable effective learning among students and know their understanding levels, it is essential for you to analyze and suggest corrective actions to each student. Then what should be your approach to get a detailed performance report of each student in your class and find out their weaknesses and strengths? Next Learning Platform simplifies this process and helps teachers view and analyze the performance of the entire class and the individual students through class performance reports and student performance reports. In class performance reports, the teacher can view the performance of the entire class and see the performance charts and graphs for the whole class. In student performance reports, the teacher can view every student's performance in detail and understand their strengths and weaknesses. Let us understand how to read performance reports through an example. Suppose I am a teacher, Geeta, and I want to see the performance of my class and students. Follow the standard way of logging into Next Learning Platform. From the Teacher Workspace dashboard, select the class and subject from My Courses. And then click Analytics, which is the fourth icon on the yellow strip. On this page, we can view the class performance report and the student performance report. Let us look closely at the class performance report. Here, we can see charts and graphs showing the average score and average percentile for the attempted static and adaptive tests. It also shows the number of published static and adaptive assessments. We can also download the performance of the entire class together by clicking the drop-down arrow at the bottom right corner. The report will be downloaded in an Excel format. To get more detailed insight into the summary, static and adaptive reports, click View Class Report at the bottom of the screen. In the summary report, we can see the performance overview as it is shown in the previous screen, along with the details of the last published assessment. We can also view the Bloom's taxonomy bar graph that gives us a summary of the skill levels of the students. The number against each Bloom's taxonomy component indicates the accuracy of answering questions from the respective Bloom's levels. This page also has information of the assessment submission and performances of each student. Now, let us view the static section. Here, we can see the score distribution chart along with the number of students against each score. We can also see details of the chapters linked to these tests. Strong chapters are those in which students have scored above 50%, while weak chapters are those in which students have scored below 50%. This gives teachers an idea about which chapters need to be revised again. The standard test section gives detailed information about the assessment name, homework, name in which a test might have been assigned, the number of submissions, average score, session, chapter, and due date. If we click any of the assessment names, we will be directed to another page where there are 3 additional tabs linked to this assessment, performance, insights, and question details. Click Performance to view the average score, total submissions, topper score, and median score of that test. We can also see a bar graph of the score distribution and a breakup of each student's performance in that test. This includes the student name, actual score, and the date of submission. Click Insights to view details like the total number of correct and incorrect attempts, along with the time taken overall and for correct and incorrect attempts. We can also see the accuracy in answering questions in each Bloom's levels as per the attempted questions and the average time spent on each level. The third section is question details. Here, we can view all the solutions to the questions along with the number of students that attempted each option. Now, let us view the adaptive section. Click the back arrow and then click Adaptive to view the test results of the class. There are two tabs on this page: Smart Concept Test and Smart Chapter Tests. A chart displaying the percentile distribution along with the number of students can also be seen on this page. This is similar to the static test section but displays results of the classroom performance in adaptive tests. We can view details of each test and student. That's all about class reports. Now, let's look at student report and understand how it can be viewed to analyze students' performance. In the student performance section, there are two tabs, static and adaptive. In both the tabs, we can see the report with the top 6 and the bottom 6 performers in standard tests, concept tests, and chapter tests. To view a detailed report, click View Student Report at the bottom of the screen. This will take us to a page in which a list of the names of the students in that particular class will be displayed. To find any particular student, all we need to do is search in the search bar using their name or admission number. There are 4 tabs in this page: Summary, Static, Resources, and Adaptive. Select the name of a student from the list and click Summary. We will get the report of the performance overview of the student in various assessments. We will also be able to see his or her skill level by viewing the Bloom's taxonomy bar graph. The number against each Bloom's taxonomy component indicates the accuracy of answering questions in the respective Bloom's levels. Let's start with the student's performance in static test. Click the Static tab to view the performance overview of the student along with the names of the chapters in which the student is strong and those in which he or she is weak. The standard test section has 4 columns. Assessment name, score, chapter, and attempted date. The details of each static test will be given in these columns. Click any assessment name to get more information on the particular test. On doing so, another page with 2 tabs, Overview and Question Details, will open. Click Overview to view a graphical representation of the student's score against the topper percentage and median percentage, along with his or her rank, and the questions which were answered correctly, those which were answered incorrectly, and the ones which were left unattempted. Click Question Details to see the assessment questions with its solutions. To check the student's answers, click the arrow at the bottom right corner of the screen. A colorful checkered board with question numbers will appear. We can check the correct, wrong, and unattempted answers here. To keep a track of the student's academic activities, go back to the Analytics page, select View Student Report, and click Resources. We can see the classwork and homework allotted to the student. We can also view the completion report of the student's activities and check whether the student has viewed the videos, documents, exercise, web reference, etc. or not. Now, let us check the student's performance in the adaptive tests. Click Adaptive. We can view detailed reports of the Smart Concept Test and Smart Chapter Test. Click Smart Concept Test to view an overview of the academic performance of a student and the chapters in which he or she is strong and those in which he or she is weak. Scroll down to view the details of the attempted Smart Concept Test, such as assessment, name, percentile, chapter, and attempt date. Click any assessment name to get a detailed report for that particular test. On doing so, another page will open with the 5 tabs: Result, Overview, Skill-wise, Progress, and Question Details. Click Result to see an estimation of the academic performance of the student at the global level. Click Overview to view a graphical representation of the number of questions attempted correctly and incorrectly, along with the average time spent attempting all the questions, the correct questions and the incorrect questions. Click Skill-wise to see a graphical representation of the student's skills in the test based on Bloom's taxonomy levels knowledge, comprehension, application, and analysis. We can also view the average time spent to answer the questions based on these skills. Click Progress to see a graphical representation of the student's performance in various types of questions projected. Finally, under Question Details, just like in the standard test report, the questions which were answered correctly, those which were answered incorrectly, and the ones which were left unattempted can be checked and compared. Now, let's take a look at the Smart Chapter test report of the same student. Return to the Reports page and click Smart Chapter Test. Scroll down to view the attempted Smart Chapter test. Select any assessment name to get a detailed report of that particular assessment. We will be directed to a page with 2 tabs, Overview and Question Details. The Overview tab has chapter-wise details such as the details of the concepts in which the student has shown good progress during the test. Under Question Details, just like in the Smart Concept test reports, the questions which were answered correctly and those which were answered incorrectly will be indicated using different colors. In this video, we have learned the process of analyzing the class performance and each student's performance. With the help of the features that we mentioned in this video, Next Learning Platform reduces teachers' burden of tracking and analyzing class-wise performance and individual students' performance. For tracking the overall performance of the class, to assigning homework and managing the entire assessment process, Next Learning Platform makes the teaching learning process a truly engaging and personalized experience for both the teachers and the students.